Gems Network.
This your dog EJ, aka Sir Evangeline Joseph, aka the Bully, aka Mr. 10 Feet, aka the biggest gym.
Okay.
1/3 of the biggest network. One of the many members of BGBN.
Movement.
Shout out to Big Reds. That's all I got today.
Hey man, it's your boy Wayne Willmatic Beats. You know, I already going on. He already did the introduction for me. You know, part of one third of Free Gems Network.
The biggest.
Many members of BGBN as well.
There's a lot of them niggas.
Whole lot of them niggas, man. But like we always say, it ain't never about it.
Absolutely not, man. Absolutely not. We got an incredible artist, incredible skater.
Special guest.
Special guest.
There you go.
The one and only T-Flo in the building. How you doing, brother? What's going on?
How y'all doing?
Great, bro.
It's great to be here. I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Hey, man. First off, thank you, brother, for coming through for our brother, Big Bosa, 1/3.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Thanks.
once again, one of the many members of BGBN. As I said before, it's a lot of them guys. But before we start off on this show, you know, we just want to give a special shout out to Iron Bank, because we not at home, y'all.
Right.
We aren't at
Shout out to
home.
Iron Bank.
But shout out to Iron Bank. They got some of the best coffee in the city, best tea in the city, best pastries in the city, sandwiches, brew.
You making it sound good. So
Hey.
I never actually partake in here.
Hey, bro, when this is over with, my G, you got to go get you.
Go get you some.
I don't know if you a coffee drinker,
Yeah.
but you got to go get you some. Brother, they located on Broadway,
Right here in Columbus, Georgia.
right here
Downtown
in Columbus, Georgia, right across from Martini's. You feel me?
Across from Uptown Flow.
Across,
love martini.
you know, the Columbus, they love Uptown Flow.
Yeah.
Right. So, but yeah, shout out to them for letting us, you know, use their space. But it's never about us, and it's, you know, not about them at this time. It's about T-Flo in the building.
Yes,
Where you
sir.
from, my guy?
Yes, sir. I'm from around here, Harris County, Georgia, Columbus, Georgia. So that's where I've been originating. But I've spread my wings and traveled to a couple of different places. But originally, this is where I'm from and located, which is why it's surprising I've never been to Iron Bank. You know what I'm saying?
Man, it's a gym, but we
Yeah.
gonna blow them up.
You finna show me a lot of gems, I bet.
Oh, for sure. But you know, it's your platform today, brother. It's not. It's,
appreciate that.
you know, we as a unit, we love to shine the spotlight on the artist or the entrepreneur.
I appreciate
and
that.
we want to hear. You know, the people need to hear your story.
I appreciate that.
You know,
Well, with that being said, I would like for y'all to enter my world, and I promise I will take care of y'all. You can keep your hands and your feet inside the box, but keep your mind outside the box at all times.
oh shit, he popping it off.
Here we go.
He popping it off.
The gyms are coming early.
Look, we need a gym count. That made me hard. I think you might be, if not the only guest, but you might be one of the many. Well, yeah, one of the only guests that's been on both shows.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You've been on To the Cup Is Empty, and you're now a Free Gem alum, official Free Gem alumni.
I appreciate that.
Right.
I appreciate that. Make sure you check out the Till the Cup Is Empty interview.
Episode
Don't
2.
post it.
Hey.
It's a beautiful interview. I think that is something that everyone will enjoy, and I hope that we can create one today as well.
For sure.
Yes, sir.
Go
Looking
ahead.
forward to it, bro. You know, let's just jump right into it, man.
Let's do it.
Where do you? Okay, so all the different things that you like to do. You know, we said skater. We do, you know, music. What was your first love?
My first love. I think my first love, it's not even a thought. I know that my first love has always been music.
Okay.
That is where I have been able to express myself the most throughout all of my life. So I've been creating music since I was a child. When I came out the womb, I was just whining in a rhythm. You know what I'm saying? By the time I was 9 years old, I was playing instruments such as the drum and the guitar. And I just kept growing from there, and I learned to use my voice as an instrument as well. And that's when I became in love with music as a whole. I was like, okay, my voice is my instrument. I'd rather use this than any other things.
Mm-hmm. It's free too.
Right.
You ain't gotta go out there and go buy no.
Right.
You can't buy a voice.
Exactly. But I do love things like, I like graffiti work. I like tagging.
Okay.
I like
that's hard.
skating. I like sports. I like to play sports. I like to be athletic, but in my own way. So I'm more of an outdoorsman, you know what I'm saying? Cottagecore. I like to be outside, building a fire, you know what I'm saying? Maybe cutting down a tree, getting some logs to sit on, building chairs and stuff like that. But not on no handyman stuff, just on some survival instincts, you know?
Right.
These are where we naturally came from. These are our roots, and I like to just go back to them at times and enjoy it.
That's fire. I want to get into, who were some of the artists that inspire you?
Honestly, I'm gonna pass on that question.
Okay. That's different. He said, look, it ain't about them.
I got one better for you then. What would you like to talk about?
We can talk about whatever you want to talk about. It doesn't really matter, but some questions I'd like to maybe focus on me, because when it comes to other artists and stuff for inspiration and stuff, if I'm about to go to the studio and listen to music, or I'm about to record, or I'm in album mode, I only listen to myself. Not because I don't find inspiration in others, but because I don't want to find others in me. Does that make sense?
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. It kind of, yeah, that makes a lot of sense, bro. So what's the most inspirational song or project of yours that inspires you?
I have a song that I haven't dropped yet. It's on the way. It's called A Salute. And some of the lyrics in it are, if it wasn't for God, then where would I be? If it wasn't for music, then where would I be? And those are just some of the things that I truly feel. Like, when it comes to music at this point and throughout most of the time that I've been going through my career, it has always been my life. It's my heart. It's what I give my all into. You know what I'm saying? The other things I have passions for, and I do create with those as well, but this is where I come to express myself and let everything out. So,
is it just music, or are you writing poetry as well?
To me, everything that I do is one big art. So I do write poetry at times, but a poem that I've written, I may speak on a beat. You know what I'm saying? Or a rap that I wrote, I may speak at a free speaking. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
But it just depends on the mood and the time, because the way that I write and the way that I create, it's open and free. That's how I feel like we should all be. So I like to represent that in my artwork. We should just be free.
When did you become so in tune with yourself? Because when I hear you speak, I can tell that everything that you're doing is intentional.
Yeah.
So when did you become so in tune with that, with self?
I would say I became in tune with myself throughout the process of life. So there isn't a time that I could pinpoint it. There are just situations that I've been through in life that have helped me grow and learn knowledge. I look at every kind of situation that we go through as a learning lesson, whether it be good or bad. We can all grow from it if we take the time to look at what we're going through. And so through those situations, I've become knowledgeable of how to handle different things, or basically handle myself in situations.
Have you ever felt like you lost yourself?
Plenty of times. Plenty of times. There have been days where I don't even want to get out of bed, months even, you know? But you get through it, and you have to keep your head held on hard, because there's times where it's hard to hold your head up high, you know what I'm saying? And you want to look down and stuff, but you got to remember that you're doing this for yourself, yes, but you also have to do it for other people. And sometimes you have to look for strength from somewhere else, because it's hard to find it from within.
Are you found right now?
Yeah, definitely. Most definitely.
How do you know that?
Because I can go through hard times just as well as I can go through good times, and I look at them all the same. I understand that there truly is no difference, because for there to be bad existing, there must be some good. But for also there to be good, there must be some bad.
Like a yin and a yang.
Yeah.
Balance.
I actually have that tattooed on me.
Swear.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fire.
Yes.
So when you get in those moods or phases where you're imbalanced, what's some of the things that you do to make sure it's balanced?
Okay, that's a great question, actually. So about 3 or 4 years ago, I met a mentor, and one of the things that he explained to me was basically, there's 3 things that you want to keep in balance. You want to keep your finances in balance, your physical in balance, and your mental balance. And so once you have those three things balanced, you can start focusing on other things that are surrounding you. But if you keep those in balance, then you're good. So once I learned that, it had to become, well, how do you balance those things? And that's when I realized this is kind of hard. It's not easy to make sure that your mind is okay, make sure that your body's okay, and still in that same time, make sure you have the finances to support yourself throughout life. So when I get through those battles and I get through those things that I do is I use yoga. I talk to my support systems, make sure that, hey, is this the right move? Am I doing things correctly? Do y'all think I'm crashing out? You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes I take time to confine myself in solitude. A lot of times we can be around so many people, hearing so many different perspectives and opinions that we just get lost in them. So sometimes I like to take time, step away from everyone, and look in the mirror and just ask myself, are you who you want to be?
I feel that. And I like directly because for a long time, bro, I couldn't be by myself.
Yeah.
And like I remember, people will play
Yep.
and make jokes and be like, "Yo, you always on the move," and I'm sure that doesn't happen to you.
Yep.
And you like, yeah, I'm always on the move. I'm busy.
That's what I'm supposed to do.
That's what I'm supposed to do. But no, you're not. Like you could be damn near losing yourself,
Crashing out.
like you said earlier, crashing out. And the fact, I respect you so much, bro, because
I appreciate that.
The fact that you can get outside of yourself and as one of your support systems to be like, yo, am I crashing out?
Yeah, right.
Bruh, a lot of people don't even think that way.
Right.
They moving it with blinders or moving tunnel vision so much to the point where they're not even worried about what's around them.
Exactly. Exactly. I completely agree. 1000%.
So like for you to be so in tune with yourself, so intentional, and on top of that, like earlier when I asked you about your inspirations and you don't even want to shine a light on them. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about you.
Yeah.
Like that speaks volumes about you, bro.
Yes, sir.
One thing that really drew me, once again, y'all, you're on Free Gems Network.
Free Gems Network.
But I need for you to go and watch SpaceInvaderFlo's episode 2 of Till the Cup is Empty.
Till the Cup is Empty. Shout out my bro Gumbosa, man. Much love forever. Man.
For sure. But you give me a real big independent vibe.
Thank you.
Like, I don't know if you're familiar. I know we're not. How I process things is I like to use analogies, whether it's people or whether it's, you know what I'm saying?
That's cool.
Or
That's cool.
things. But like you remind me a lot of Mac Homie.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
In the sense of, not necessarily music, but in the sense of how you think. Where did that independency as an artist and wanting, because you've been doing music since you said 9, right?
9 years old.
9 years old. But when I go to Apple Music, when I go to your page, the last project was in 2017. I know you've grown much more than that. So and you made mention on the episode that you didn't want to, put your music on these streaming platforms.
Right.
You wanted to freely put it out.
Right.
Where did that come from, bro?
Well, 2017, that project that I put out was with
Anti-Sober.
Right. That was with a pretty major group around here, you know what I'm saying? Not even just around here, but globally at this point, at least in America for sure. So when I was working with them, I was learning a lot of things and we were doing a lot of great things at the time. But we went our separate ways because sometimes that's how things go. And upon going our separate ways, I lost a lot of my content and things like that just because I feel like it was removed. We don't know how, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But my content was removed. So when that happened, I started to realize no matter how much money you're putting behind something, no matter how much love you think there is in certain places and stuff, when it comes to business is business. You know what I mean? And a lot of people don't like to make it that cut and dry, but going through those situations, having my music taken down, I went through a point where I didn't want to promote certain things and put certain music out there because I knew that the shine wouldn't come to me or the music. See, I'm not the type of person who's putting music out there because I want to be the biggest artist in the world or I want to get paid the largest amount of money. Like I said, this is really my love, my art, and my heart. So I'm putting my life onto a script, and then somebody else was turning around and getting big on it. So I don't really like stuff like that. Whether it be Apple or a small company or group, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just want people to be able to express themselves and get the music, you know? What happened to the days where it was just like, hey, here's a mixtape, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Listen to it. So that's kind of where I want to go back to.
Direct to consumer.
Right.
So how do you do that how do you do that now at present?
In the present day and age, social media is the biggest platform that you can probably use to get your stuff out there to other people for free. Most people already have social media and they're already on it all the time. So it doesn't really matter what platform you pick, but just pick a platform and be consistent.
So you brought up the feeling like if I upload my music onto these major platforms, that they're ultimately making money off of it. Do you feel the same way about social media?
In a sense, yes, but here's the thing about the turnaround with social media. If I was to post a video on social media and you see it, as you said in a previous interview, you were like, somebody may see it and not double tap it, but they still had their eyes on it. You know what I'm saying? They might still message you. Once you have a page that is large enough and you have grown your audience to a certain base, you can then start doing things with your audience. Like, let's say you want to interact with them more. You now have the opportunity to go and visit them, to talk to them, to reach out to them. If they have a business or growth that you can help them with, then you can help them do that through your platform that you are growing, and they can help you with the platform that they're growing. So at this point, social media, it's okay. At this point, social media is also helping you, as to where Apple Music isn't really going to do any of that for you. Spotify isn't really going to do any of that for you. Shazam and Pandora and stuff like that, even more so, aren't doing anything like that for you. But they are directly getting a profit off of the things that you're putting out there.
And giving you pennies.
If that.
Fractions of a penny. Yeah. Fractions of a penny. So, as an artist, and you're direct to consumer, and I understand that you said that, you know, a lot of your art, you would want to do it for free.
Yeah.
Or put it out for free.
Yeah.
But does there come a time when there is a price tag put on there and you do a direct consumer, like maybe through like a Bandcamp?
Yeah. So
or your own site.
I understand my value of my work. I do. I truly do. And I look at myself as an investment. And I understand that for someone to want to invest in you, you have to make yourself profitable in some manner. And it has to be a reasonable investment. Just because you're profitable doesn't mean that you're still a good investment.
Oh, shit.
Mm-hmm. So I want to make sure that I set myself up in the correct manner and present myself in the correct manner. And then I'll put a price tag on something. As of right now, there's no reason to put a price tag on it. It's just not there yet. It's just not the time.
So when that time comes, do you think your consumer would know when you're invest worthy, or you think
I think my consumers would invest in me right now? So I do have projects out, such as Anti-Sober. I have dropped different things, like I had Anti-Sober t-shirts and different things of that nature. I am working with different labels such as Kranos Leather and things like that. And people are investing into the business, but as you said, it's direct to consumer. So you invest into this music and stuff, and you get a leather bag. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you purchase my song, but this is a lot better than just getting some download on Apple Music. Yeah, you're gonna get a bag from me. You might get a shirt. You might get a shout on Instagram, or I'll even cash app you. You know what I'm saying? At this point, it's not about me getting paid for my music, because this is the love that I have. There's ways to make money in this earth without having to charge you for something that I want you to have. You know? Do
you feel like the music business is a mirage of sorts? Almost like it's a never ending. I'm chasing something that's not really there.
Not at all. It's definitely there. It's definitely there, because I'm here with you today. You had me here with you. It's definitely there. We're not chasing things that don't exist. Sometimes you just need to redirect what you're chasing after. Maybe that isn't what you're meant to be going for.
Do you feel like you know what you're going after right now?
Yes.
Titties. He's going after titties.
He said big booties. Okay.
Yeah.
Coffee. From Iron Bank.
Yeah. Shout out to Iron Bank.
As far as skating, I want to pivot a little bit.
Talk to me.
What got you into skating?
Skating is something that I've always done to release myself when I'm pent up and I feel like I just need to be free. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I started doing more heavily when I went to college. Shout out Georgia Southern, go Eagles. But after doing that, skating around campus and stuff, I was like, cool. But it began, the first time I was on wheels was like Heelys. Do y'all remember those?
Yeah.
I had Heelys. I had a little skateboard from Walmart and I would just ride around. And I actually broke my thumb. So upon breaking my thumb, I was away from riding wheels for a while. And then one day, it's just like I said, you go through trials and tribulations in life and you learn from them. So after a while of having a fear of getting on wheels, I decided to face that fear and I fell in love.
How old were you
When I broke my thumb?
Nah, when you got into it.
Into it, probably about 12, 13, 14. I broke
So
my
shortly after music.
Right,
That's hard.
right.
What I was saying is, are there any other extreme sports that you enjoy?
I like paintball. I like outdoors things. I like
You strike me as a hiker.
I love hiking, actually. I love hiking in nature, any kind of things that are outdoors. I'm a gunsman, so I really enjoy it.
Oh, we gotta go
guns
hiking
and
and
archery.
shooting. We gotta go tracking, pal.
Yeah.
We gotta go tracking. We gotta go old school.
Hiking and shooting.
Boom style. We gotta go.
So I enjoy all those type of things, like anything outdoors. But I also love video games and stuff, computers, technology. I love things like that, puzzles, anything that makes your brain work a little bit harder. I'll probably
You're a
love it.
mechanical guy.
Right.
You three.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You guys.
Handsy.
Yeah, real mindsy. You
Right.
know.
Right.
But
Tinkerers.
When is the last time you done something that challenged you?
Shoot, this morning,
What was it?
I had, so we ain't gonna speak on too much, you know what I'm saying? But every day is kind of hectic because you never know what's gonna be ahead of you, you know what I'm saying? So this morning when I woke up, there were some things going on that I had to handle in a certain manner that may not have been the best fashion that a lot of people would have been accommodated to doing, but that's why you gotta understand when you're built different. You know what I'm saying? And so you gotta be able to handle whatever life throws at you whenever it's thrown at you. You gotta be ready for it.
so basically, somebody threw you some lemons and you made lemonade.
And I drunk it.
He said, "Listen, I ain't said."
And it was damn good too. Missed opportunity. Somebody handed you some coffee grounds and you made missed opportunity.
Missed opportunity.
He didn't mean to Iron Bank. I'm sorry.
Whatever. I drunk mine.
Definitely.
His tea still sitting right there. Man, you see it? It's right there in the cap.
Cap.
He drunk it. He drunk it.
Stop
Tell him
cap.
quit
Now,
the
please
cap.
stand up, brother. Salute
Quit the
Cap.
cap.
You graffiti.
Yeah.
What got you into that?
Graffiti, man. So I like painting. I like art. But I've always kind of sucked at regular art. I'm gonna be honest. I just kind of suck at regular art. Just drawing a face, or like I would never be able to make Mona Lisa. You know what I mean? I'm sure a lot of people couldn't, but some people could get close. But when it came to calligraphy and things of that nature, I had a hint of talent. So I was like, how can I enhance this? What can I do? Because I don't want a pen with a feather on it. So one day I had some spray paint cans, and my granddad, he was painting trees and stuff because you have to mark them off for property or whatever. And I just took the can and I painted the tree, like for real. And I was like, And so from there, we're not gonna speak on too much. You just paint different places and different things, you know what I'm saying? And it comes about.
with permission, guys.
Yeah. You paint different things and stuff, and you grow from there. And right now, I don't know how many people are into virtual reality, but they have virtual reality gaming where you can practice your graffiti art.
Swear.
How accurate do you think that is, though?
The virtual reality,
Like, I mean, because you're not
80%.
you're not really painting it.
80, good 80. That's the 20 that's missing. That you're not really holding a paint can.
Right.
But the rest of it is, I think it's even better because it shows you certain things. If you can get a graffiti game and you're into painting, get you a graffiti game. It'll show you different things, how to fix your tips certain ways, how to maneuver your cans and manipulate your cans, and how to get different kind of artworks to look different, like drip work or sharp lines, you know, just different things.
Right.
If you look through the city, I guarantee you'll see our work. If you look at train tracks and different things, different bridges, different places, like Krog Street Tunnel in Atlanta, in big letters, you'll see it, FLO, flow. That's a cool one. Krog Street Tunnel in Atlanta.
So explain the technicality of graffiti work, because when it comes to certain different painting styles, like you said, drip work or like lines and all of that stuff. Like for a beginner, what would you advise them to do?
Bubble letters. Bubble letters is where I would start, most definitely. Or do you remember in school when you would draw the S? It would be like S. Start with that and bubble letters. And you'll just grow from there. You'll go from bubble letters to maybe do block letters. And then from block letters, you can drip your blocks and add highlights and shadows. And from there, it'll just keep growing. If you're already an artist and you understand line work and things like that, just take the artwork that you're doing on paper and transition it into whatever you're painting.
So that shit just seems like a full-on concept.
See, that
I can
was
draw with a pencil a little bit, but just the idea of trying to do it with paint just
How hard is
seems.
scaling? That's what I want.
That's my question. Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Free Gems Network.
Free jams.
Free Gems.
That's what I want to
Yeah, I like
to
that.
transfer from paper, which is small, it's right here in front of you.
Right.
Maybe a 16 by 20 canvas or whatever. How do you go about that and trying to do it? Let's just say this back wall.
Right.
With this wood with the TVs on with the brick. How do you go about knowing, okay,
How do you
I know-
scale it?
Yeah.
So
this needs to be this big or it's not gonna look right. Dimensions gonna be off. How do you go about
there's a couple different ways that you can go about scaling things and things like that. Some artists will use stencils. That's a main way. You could just create yourself a stencil using different mediums and things of that nature. So you would just lay it out, draw everything you needed, and then spray paint it on there. Now, other artists, like I said, there's some people who really are artists and they can just paint it on the wall. Like they can see it and paint it. And then there's some people who scale things. You can use your can. You just take your can and hold it up to it, and it'll just be like your thumb. I'll explain it with a thumb because a lot of people may not have a spray paint can. But you would use your thumb as units when you hold it up. So you have 1 unit here, 1 unit here, and 1 unit here. So if I hold it up to that water bottle right here, it's 3 units big, from this far away. So when I hold it up to the wall, I would know I need to scale it that far out. 1, 2, 3, and I would make that water bottle.
That's
on the wall.
game. That's gems.
Nigga, that's crazy.
Yeah, like to use your thumb as like that's the unit,
This nigga smart as shit.
bruh. That guy.
Georgia Southern product right
No,
here.
him. It's him. Okay.
That is pretty cool.
How do you intertwine the two, or do you take like something that you might learn from graffiti art and put it into your music, and vice versa?
Okay, that's a great question. So, for me personally, I feel like I would like to intertwine all of these audiences. So, dare to be different. If you see that around, don't forget, dare to be different. So, got to be careful about what you say. So, on my Instagram, I'm using certain hashtags. One of them is dare to be different. If you're doing artwork and things like that, you can encompass what you're posting on your hashtags and stuff like that into your artwork. So let's say I put something on a place that travels, and it's traveling from here, point A to point B to point C.
Like a train.
It could be anything, something of that nature. So if I'm putting it on there and it's going from all of these places and they're seeing this hashtag, dare to be different, they're gonna wonder, well, what is that? Just like, I'm pretty sure we've all seen some kind of graffiti and been like, I wonder what that means. Just that little thought, dare to be different, what is that? Plants a seed into their mind. And so once that seed is planted, it may be 2 or 3 months, maybe 2 or 3 years, and that post will pop up on their page and it'll say, dare to be different. And they'll be like, what? You know what I mean? And the way the technology works these days, let's say they saw dare to be different on something and they said it out loud near their phone. My post is probably gonna pop up anyway.
Because you use the hashtag so much. Right.
So everything that how you move in life, not just with your art, but how you move in life is intentional. Like you want people to see, hear, and feel you all at the same time.
Exactly. Earlier you basically asked me do you know where you're headed? Do you know? You asked me, do I have my intentions set? That's how I took that question. That's why I was so quickly to be like, yes. Because in life, you have to set your intentions. You have to wake up every day knowing what you want to do. But you also should ask whoever you believe in, whatever you believe in, whether it be universe, God, whatever, whoever, just ask them, what are your intentions for me? I know sometimes I travel on my own journey and do what I want to do, and sometimes I get off route. What intentions do you have for me? And these are the intentions that I have set for myself. These are my goals that I want to do. Now see how that aligns with what you just asked, and keep going. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going forward even when it's hard.
So do you feel like everything in life is connected?
Yes, I do.
Everything has a purpose. Everything has a reason.
Oh, yes.
You know, I'm sure you probably seen our episode, or, you know, of course, Bo is the link.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And now we're forming this relationship, so now we can all help each other.
Exactly. That's a beautiful thing.
What do you feel like you're here right now for at the Free Jazz Network? What do you feel like you're here? What is your purpose here today?
My purpose here today is to just talk to you guys and spread the message and raise awareness for people trying to be themselves, to get out there and just live for you. That's my message to get. And hopefully this can be one of those Free Jam episodes that goes down in history. Earlier, you were talking to another guest artist, and hopefully y'all go peep that interview as well. It should be dropping sometime. But y'all were talking to him, and y'all mentioned that, well, he mentioned to y'all that y'all are creating history. What y'all are doing is literally the history of Columbus. Y'all were responding saying that a lot of the artists that have worked throughout the city have came through you guys, you know what I'm saying, alumni. And so what I'm here to do today is assert my alumni status and also hopefully be one of the people who helped this become history, you know what I'm saying?
Well, you're already doing that.
Yeah.
You're already doing it. That the moment we said T-Flow,
That's
Now
it.
you walk through that door.
the history
That's
was
it.
it's already been written.
That's
First
it.
nigga
I
to walk
appreciate
into
it.
an interview.
That's it. I
For
appreciate
sure.
it.
And, you know, once again, art inspires.
It does.
Right.
So it's like everything that we could take that and that could be the new thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like everything, I feel like
I appreciate that you've had you had a vision from the go.
Yes, sir.
I can appreciate
I
that.
appreciate you guys.
Because most people, because they're walking into something that maybe they've seen episodes, but they're still unsure. They might not be too familiar with us. Even if they are, they might not have had a formal sit down with us or informal sit down with us. So now you come in and you kind of just give yourself up to the room. Be like, wherever y'all take me, that's where I'm gonna go.
We can
But
go.
you had a
And
vision from the
they're
beginning.
going to guide you guys. Don't be scared, man. I'm telling you. Reach out to them and message them and let them know, hey, I would like to do an interview. I would like to get in contact with you and try to get something accomplished. Because I promise you, they're willing to work. They are here to help the city.
and it may not be, and timing is everything.
Yeah.
So don't take it the wrong way if we don't respond.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because the time could just not be right.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But what I was saying like earlier was I feel like when you came in and you heard, hey, this is your platform. This is
I should have told him that. It's over.
you know what I'm saying? Like once he heard that, it was like, okay, I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
Right.
Like I'm good to go. I can be me.
Yeah.
And when they see this and they see the aesthetic, you bring your own aesthetic.
Yeah.
Nobody's never done what you're doing,
Right.
and we appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for everything that y'all are doing. And thank you on behalf of everyone else in the community for what you're doing. We appreciate it.
And we appreciate you, man.
For sure. What's the biggest lesson is being an independent artist? Not even just in music, but just in art in general. What's the biggest lesson that you've got?
Stop looking for other people's support. Stop. Just stop. Just stop looking for validation in other people. Oh, my song isn't getting enough views. Oh, this person doesn't like what I did here. I need to change it. Find what you like and do what you love. And people who love what you love will gravitate towards you.
Okay, so how do you, I believe everything you say to be 100% true. How do you market, how do you leverage social media for those people who love what you do to find what it is that you're doing?
You can't be afraid to put yourself out there. A lot of times, I feel like people get scared of the opinion of others. Oh, if I put this out there, my mom might see it. If I put this out there, then the people at work might see it. If I do this, that, or the third, then this might get back to my ex or something like that. You can't be afraid to put yourself out there. Good or bad, don't be afraid to be in the light.
People move out of fear.
Right.
And not,
confidence.
Yeah.
Be confident in yourself. And other people, I'm telling you, other people will gravitate towards you if you're just yourself. The people who don't want to be around you probably aren't like you. They probably don't like you. You know what I mean?
Aren't like you and don't like you.
Yeah.
They don't want to be around you.
Your energy disrupts whatever they got going on.
Right.
Yeah.
What's T-Flo's definition? Not even definition. Like, how do you distinguish arrogance and confidence?
It's very, very hard. It's very, very hard. It is very, very hard. And I think the reason that it's hard is because it can come off differently to different people. Someone who is equally as confident as you may look at what you're doing and be like, okay, I see. Somebody who may not be as confident as you may look at you and be like, dang, you're being a little bit arrogant and stuff. But outside of that and other people's opinions, you have to be able to look at yourself and understand what you're doing yourself. If you have a confidence in yourself that you know is validated within you, that you feel like, hey, I deserve to be able to move this way, I deserve to be able to speak this way because I've went through the things and I can back it up. Fully do that. But at a certain point, you have to understand there's still a humbleness to who you are as a person. Just remember that you had to get to where you are. Just like other people have to get to where they're going. Just like other people have got to where they're going and surpassed that and went further. You just have to remember all of these things. You have to remember your present, you have to remember your past, and you also have to look towards your future without living in any of them.
But how, yeah, that is true. And I agree with everything. But to, somebody who has a house in the past.
Right.
That they're living in.
Right.
How do they move out? And how do they get in that car and head to the present and live there and then get in another car and be able to build a house in the future?
You got to be able to pack up your home. A lot of people have a lot of baggage and boxes and stuff that they haven't fully sealed up and wrapped up. They're not ready to get into the car because the car isn't packed yet. You have to pack that house up, make sure everything is in them boxes and stuff, and be able to look around and say, goodbye. And then you get in your car and leave. But until you're able to do that, and sometimes you don't even get the chance to pack your stuff up. You only get a couple bags, and you got to get in that car and go. You don't get the chance to look around and say goodbye.
Some of those boxes may need to stay.
Some that shit you gotta leave behind.
You see what I'm saying?
You don't gotta take everything.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. You living on, mentally you're living on the road.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? You may have a physical house, but mentally you're on to the next spot. And I feel like people don't look at it that way.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like people, because of society, they're stuck.
Yeah.
And they get stuck into these mortgages, whether
Could I
15 years
interject
or
one
30.
thing?
For sure.
Just one little thing. When I'm living on this road, hypothetically speaking, you know what I'm saying? I take the time to roll the windows down and enjoy the view of what's passing by. Don't ever forget to enjoy the journey that you're traveling on. Yeah, you're trying to get places. Yeah, you might have been some places that you don't want to be anymore. But just always remember to enjoy the journey, because at any point that journey could end.
Or sometimes you could be in a beautiful city and then you end up in the slums.
Just because your head, you crashing out. You in a bad mental space, so you're not even thinking about what you got going on. You might have just went to Cali and did something major, but your mind was so messed up on this other stuff that you didn't even take time to breathe.
Once again, you might be, like you said, you might be in Cali, but you stuck in the crib in the past.
That was a great example, bro.
You said something interesting, bro. Now, I want you to kind of expound on it. You kind of explained living in the past,
right,
present, future. But you said we shouldn't be living in it or staying in any of them.
Right.
But that kind of goes directly against what a lot of people say where they say you should live in the now.
Yeah.
You know, they also say you should live in the past, but you shouldn't look too far ahead because you'll forget everything or you'll miss everything that's currently going on.
Right.
So how do you balance that? Like how do you?
I live in the now by enjoying the time, but as I'm living in now, I'm thinking about what's next, and I'm thinking about the past. So,
is it thinking or is it learning?
I'm gonna intertwine everything that you've been saying with what you've been saying. So, you asked about everything having a reason. Is everything connected? Is it intertwined? So, quantum physics explains the fact that there is theories of entanglement and a multiverse universe theory. So, and these are real theories that have facts behind them. Like they are supported theories. This isn't just a hypothetical. This is real, what I'm explaining. So, the theory of entanglement is, I'm going to put it as basically as possible. So, you're an atom, electrons and energy. I'm atoms, electrons and energy. We bounce off of each other. That's how that works. You just bounce, we just bounce, you just bounce. So the theory of entanglement is if you're vibrating at the same energy as certain people, you're gonna bounce off of each other, and you can measure where this atom is gonna land based off of where this one lands because they are entangled. They're always gonna be in the same area, essentially. You know what I'm saying? So this person, like the theory of entanglement, Gumbo is gonna, if Gumbo goes this much, I'm gonna go this much because we're entangled. We're like this. We also have mutual friends. Y'all also have the same mutual friends that I just found out about not too long ago. If they go this far, we go this far. Same thing about if they go this far down. You're not gonna leave them behind and be like, oh, that's not my dog no more. Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? Right. So you're gonna go that far down. You see what I'm saying? So that's the theory of entanglement. Now the multiverse theory. Hold on, let me say. Sorry about that. So the multiverse theory is basically the fact that there's timelines going on and everything is happening in a different way. So there's a timeline right now where I didn't make it to this interview, and that date is happening in that world, in that multiverse world. That is actually happening. I didn't make it to the interview today, and we didn't get to do it. You know what I'm saying? In another multiverse world, I entered it early. I came earlier than I did. You know what I'm saying? So all of those are happening at once, and so that's the multiverse theory. That's quantum physics and entanglement. Now, this is where it gets weird. So, with all of those intertwined, the quantum physics and the multiverse theory, I'm trying to think about how I'm trying to say this. It's gonna be, I'm losing my train of thought here.
It's cool, bro.
I'm losing my train of thought. Because I goddamn got a text message, but it's crazy. Basically, what I'm trying to say is the fact that as humans, we're always going to be able to see where we're going and what we're doing based off of the other people around us and who we surround. Show me your friends and I'll show you your future, is a saying. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, I'm just wrap it up right there. Did that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Because if, like you said, one fails, and if I'm succeeding, I'm gonna make sure that my brother succeeds as well.
Exactly.
You know, and vice versa, or else we're not what we call family.
Exactly.
Right.
As far as that, like, how do you keep yourself in alignment with that?
Dang, I remember what I was trying to say. So with the multiverse thing and the alignment thing, I forgot it again. I just remembered. It's important, bro.
It's gonna come.
It's important.
It's gonna come.
It's gonna come.
It was like
that's the.
Oh, okay. So the past, the future, and the present. That's where that all was leading to, because that's what you asked me. Mm-hmm. You were asking me about those. Okay, so boom, with the past, the future, and the present. Goddamn, the multiverse theory and quantum physics is basically explaining to us that time. Okay, time is a concept. I don't believe in time. I don't follow time unless I'm doing something like with y'all. And even today, I almost messed up with it because I had texted him yesterday thinking that yesterday was the day that we were doing this. I was like, bro, I'm getting ready to come up. You know what I'm saying? I was like, and I was on the wrong day because I don't follow a regular time concept. So
It makes your internal time clock go up too. Because I know ever since I stopped wearing a watch, I'm very good at like telling time just random.
Just looking around, like,
Gotta
oh,
be like,
it feels like 6:30.
Yeah, and then sometimes I look at it be like 6:25, 6:35. But okay.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So
It's
you being
that weird.
Yeah.
but it goes back to what you were saying.
So
how everything is connected.
Right, time is a concept that was created by humans in order to stay on track. You know what I'm saying? We needed it for trains originally to make sure trains could get to where they were going on time. But after that, that's where they invented the hemispheres, like, and all of that for the trains and stuff. So that's when you got different regions and stuff like that. But before, Mayans and things like that were counting time on a different basis and stuff. Like, they have the Mayan calendar that ended in 2012, and there's the Egyptian calendars and different things, and they all ran off of different seconds, minutes, and hours. You know what I'm saying? They were all called different things also, but I did research on all of those things, and I understood that the sleep schedule isn't, you don't have to do 8 hours of sleep at night. I could go to sleep right now for 8 hours and I'm just as fueled, and it doesn't even have to be 8 hours. But a lot of people feel like because it's dark outside, I have to go to sleep. So that's step one. After the quantum physics and learn the other thing, you got to make sure you understand time is a concept. You know what I'm saying? I'm not on a certain, I don't have to do, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. The world.
But that comes with, I feel like, okay, just hearing you talk, that comes with just simply being free.
Exactly.
Because you're free-minded, free-spirited.
Exactly.
You're just you.
So
you move in energy, bro.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So if you look at time as a linear concept, that means that I had to have been doing this in the past to get here, and then the future is there. But if you look at time as a concept and it's fully going around, that means that for me to be here, my past had to have happened at this time as well. You know what I'm saying? Everything had to have happened together. As you said, it was interlooped. Mm-hmm. So my future is happening right now. This is my future. This is what I wanted to do when I was that 9-year-old boy. But that 9-year-old boy is sitting here in front of you today. Does that make sense? Does that
Absolutely.
Make sense? Oh wait, almost wrapped up.
Absolutely.
But so to wrap that up, the 9-year-old boy is sitting in front of you today. But in a few years, when I'm older, God be willing, you know what I'm saying? 30, 40, 50 years old, that same guy is sitting in front of you right now.
So what would you tell that 9-year-old? What advice would you give them to get to where you're at now and further?
The advice that I would give to the 9-year-old me to get to where I'm at now is just keep going. You know, just keep going, because I can see the outcome that he can't see. So all the things that he's going through, all the things that he's fighting and pushing for and stuff, I can see that it pays off because I feel blessed right now to be in front of you.
You're seeing it now.
Yes. So I know that those times where it felt like I wasn't going to make it, those times where I felt like I wanted to give up, those times where I was in that hole mentally and I just wanted to stay in the house, no blinds, no sunlight, no nothing, I know that it comes to this. And I know that the outcome of this can only be further.
God damn.
Bro, this is a great ass episode. I feel like we free Jim Rogan.
Okay. How do you go about unprogramming?
And unlearning.
Because
and relearning.
Because what I've come to realize is just living life is that things that your parents, grandparents, great-grandparents were taught is what naturally gets passed down to the kids.
Yep.
And oftentimes the kids never learn how to unlearn.
Yep.
Some things they make you keep. Everything doesn't need to be unlearned. But what I'm saying is, in order for you to become free-minded and to be able to live strictly for you, you have to unlearn some things because you naturally become your parents.
You do. You have to be willing to unlearn first. Just like when packing up that house, you have to be willing to pack those boxes up before you can take that step. If you're not truly willing to, you'll never move out the past and into the future or the present even. But the same thing goes with this. You have to be willing to unlearn everything that you're doing, because when you're unlearning certain stuff, like, it's gonna mess you up. It's gonna mess you up in the head. You're gonna be like, dang, wow. When you start seeing things and people for who they are, you're gonna be like, dang, that's messed up. I thought you were gonna be there for me. I thought you were my friend. And those are the times where you start, in a sense, I would say you don't even have to unlearn sometimes. You're gonna get things revealed to you and you just move on from that. You don't have to unlearn. You remember, hey, this was once who I was, and I learned that my naiveness got me pushed over. I learned that my love got my heart broken. I learned these different things over time, but some things you do have to unlearn, like the feel that you have to always rush, like, oh, I know that this is gonna end soon, I wanna make sure I say everything. No, I mean, when it ends, it ends, you know, that's just the end of the conversation. That means that I said everything needs to be said. Or if you're at a yellow light, and sometimes you may wanna floor it instead of just going ahead and breaking, you know what I'm saying? Don't rush through life. That was an analogy. I use that for you. Don't rush through life. You know what I'm saying? Don't rush through life when you're at those yellow lights. Stop and let the windows down and enjoy the journey. You know what I'm saying?
What I know is a lot of people live through emotion.
Yes.
So that feeling of being rushed, or you know, when they get hurt, that emotion flares.
Yep.
And when you don't necessarily, everything doesn't have to be emotional.
No, it doesn't.
Some things need to be emotional, but
Right.
everything doesn't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of things you have to use logic. You have to be thinking.
Pathos, and logos. You know what I'm saying? That's how you have to assess everything. Ethos, pathos, or logos. Logos is logic, ethos is emotions, and pathos is like a little combination.
What I wanted to touch on just real quick. This is really dope. But just to get back on the subject of music, I was scrolling through your IG.
Yeah.
And
SpaceInvaderFlo. SpaceInvaderFlo.
And came across. Okay, here's my thing. What I like to do. I like to do research. We like to do research.
I appreciate it.
But I may do research and I may skim through it on purpose, or I may read half of it or a section of it on purpose,
right,
so I can get the true natural meaning when it comes up in conversation.
Mm-hmm. Sounds great.
What I'm leading to is you had a video posted of you performing Fighting in Jericho.
Yeah.
And you spoke on in the caption, you know, the place or the space that you were in when creating that song.
Oh yeah.
So I would like for you to explain to the listeners what space you were in and what space that it got you out of.
That's pretty cool. That's a good question, man. I appreciate that question. That's an amazing question. So I'm gonna go to the post actually, man. If y'all are intrigued, it's SpaceInvaderFlo. Go to my Instagram. It's a beautiful thing. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, here. Can I like?
You gonna put it in the camera?
Yeah.
Shit, if you could have the visual playing.
I was just about to say, I got a good shot of that T-Flo, but I can insert it into the actual video.
That sounds great. Yeah, that's great.
I don't know better than nobody else. You know what I'm saying? Let's go ahead and rock this shit out.
Flo's put in a lot of time this week, y'all. He's put in well over 20 hours of work. Just this week.
My niggas, we tough sticks together. Put it up, man. Put it up. Stick together. Watching that. Hey, treat the bag like good. Man, we gotta have it. Lord, will you help me make the way? I know I gotta keep my faith for more than 7 days. Yeah. Lord, will you help me make the way? I know I gotta keep my faith for more than 7 days. Yeah, that's me. skin of your He fought the battle of Jericho! He fought the battle of Jericho! Yeah, Joshua! He fought the battle of Jericho! Walls came tumbling down! Jericho! Me and all my niggas, we gon' stay together. No matter what happens, we gon' stay together!
It says, when I wrote this song, I was coming from a spot of darkness. I was buying guns, trapping, back doors, you name it, we was doing it. Then, like the song says, one day you're fighting these demons, and the battles and the walls just come down. No more fighting, you've won. So, in that state of mind I was in, like I said, you know, without speaking on too much, we've all been through our own trials and tribulations. We've all had to do what we had to do to survive and to get to where we're trying to go. Everybody has different stories. Everybody has different battles and fights. So when I wrote that song, it was for anybody that's going to war, whether it be with themselves or their enemies. I wrote it for anybody that is going through everything and fighting and feeling like, dang, this is just hard. You know what I'm saying? I know somebody out there has just been like, life is hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what I was going through. When the way that song starts is like, feel like a fighting in Jericho. Me and we took sticks together. And it's just a beautiful song because it's literally what I was going through. I spoke on trying to purchase some things in that song, and I had to wait 7 days to do it, and I felt like that was God saying, hey, chill, because there's certain things that just relate to the Bible and the way that things are going for my life. Sometimes I know that I'm being led in a certain direction by something higher powered than me. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no way that I can do some of the things that I do without it, you know? Right. It's all glory be to God, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And I'm thankful for the positions that he puts me in, and I just hope that I can continue to act the way that I should when I'm in those positions and not mess it up.
Man, that's dope, man.
Yeah.
That's super dope.
But those songs, I have another song that I'm gonna be releasing soon, and it was like, it relates to that Jericho song because I wrote them at the same time, but it's unreleased. So is Jericho, which is why I was like, hey, that was cool that you did that. But it says, stuck inside a dark place in my mind, and I'm lost in here trying to get out. Funny lyric. Taco Bell really done fucked up my stomach on the toilet bowl blowing the shit out. True story. Yeah. I know y'all know about Taco Bell. It says, I'm rolling the blunt while I'm smoking when thinking, why the fuck am I always too? I'm too much of this, I'm too little of that, and still too not enough for you. So it's just those type of things where it's like, it's so much going on in life. You might be going against this person, battling with your significant other, and the whole time you and your family not getting along. You know what I'm saying? So it turns into a point of who do you have to turn to other than yourself? And if you can't rely on yourself and know that you're sturdy inside, then everything else is gonna fall.
Right.
How can somebody look at you and be like, hey, I believe in you when you don't believe in yourself?
Thanks. Oh shit. Man, I'm kind of like
floored a little bit.
Yeah, like kind of like speechless. It's just going so well, man. Is there anything that you would like to ask us?
How'd y'all meet?
I don't know these guys.
So, I mean, nah, we got here. Like, how did we meet, or how did we come up with what we're doing?
How'd y'all meet?
Oh, okay. So,
like, how did this person meet this person meet this person?
Me and EJ played football together in high school. We're like 2 years apart, I think.
Yeah.
Something like that. So that's how we met originally. And then just mutual friends, we re-linked back up later on after I came back from Austin State. And then I really met through former free gym.
Dang.
Yeah. This is a lucky thing when we can meet somebody. Be like, oh, I like this guy outside of the thing we're doing. That's okay.
I met EJ in middle school, and we weren't like, we knew each other, but we weren't like cool. We weren't like close.
Right.
We were cool, but we weren't close.
There you go. We were cool. We weren't close. High school, went to the same high school. I didn't even know he went to our high school at the time. Like I said, he was 2 years.
3 grades.
3 grades apart.
Damn.
But he's 2 years older than us. Well, 2 years older than me, I think. 3 years older than him.
Damn.
So,
Grandpa.
So, like I said, high school, and like I said, cool, not close. And it's just one of those things to where, like you said, God kind of just brought us all together.
Yeah.
We all were kind of streamlined around the same people, knowing some of the same people, but haven't really crossed paths like that.
Right.
Or for us, crossing paths, but there was no reason for us to really be in a line with each other.
Right. That makes total sense.
Yeah.
That makes total sense. Another question that I would like to ask you guys all together would probably be, what is the goal for Free Gems? Where do you see Free Gems in 5 years? What is the...
Being a full network.
That's hard.
That's why, you were already on one of our shows.
Yeah. Till the Cup is Empty.
Till the Cup is Empty, episode 2. You can go get it. Shout out Marley Wolf.
Yeah.
He was on episode 1 of Till the Cup is Empty.
Shout out Marley Wolf.
There's currently 2 shows that's active. The third show we have episodes that it's only on Spotify.
That's hard.
But it's called the Rap Sessions.
Like a podcast?
Yeah, it's another podcast.
That's hard.
Yeah, but this one is that Till the Cup is Empty is the main host is Bo.
Right.
That's his baby.
Right.
And then the Rap Session is me and Wills. But
And it was only really supposed to be a placeholder show.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Because at the time all of us was just in different places and it was hard for us to all get together.
So you can record.
So in order to keep content going,
That's why I came over to the Cup is Empty.
same thing.
Damn.
He's in Atlanta. We needed to keep the thing going. Hey, Till the Cup is Empty. Bo can hold that down on his own.
Yeah.
He don't really need us for that.
Yeah.
And then we started doing the rap sessions because Bo can't always come down. Bo got shows in Atlanta. Bo is doing photography.
Gumbosa, Gumbosa.
Yes.
Instagram, SpaceInvaderFlo.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
This is my videographer, man. Y'all check him out. If y'all need videos, stuff like that, he's twerking in the background. I'm telling on you. I'm telling.
But and also one of the beautiful things about Till the Cup is Empty and Rap Session is Till the Cup is Empty isn't audio. It's solely visual.
Right.
The Rap Sessions is solely audio.
There's no visual.
There's no visual.
That's hard. Yeah, so you reaching everything.
And Free Gems is everything. And it's Free Gems is gonna be the parent company for everything else.
See, so I feel like y'all understood where I was coming from when everything is set up with an intention.
Mm-hmm.
You're moving with a certain, everything has a bigger picture to it. You know what I'm saying? The small pictures create a bigger picture when you put it all together.
It's all a collage.
Exactly. So what are these? I wanna do those. Let's do these.
What?
These questions.
Oh, well, we have been.
We did them?
Yeah, we've been.
Nah.
I ain't gonna lie, they sick with it. Like they'll like you think you checking the message the whole time. He don't got the next 4 questions lined up on.
Dang! I thought we was texting. I didn't know we were texting. My phone died.
We do this.
Dang. That's hard.
We're really good at what we do.
Y'all link up with these folks, man. Hit up Free Gems Network, bro. What is y'all's Instagram?
Free Gems Network. That's on IG. Free Gems Network on TikTok. Wayman WAYMAN_TF on IG.
Wayman the fuck.
That's my.
Wayman the fuck.
Wayman
That shit hard.
_ 10 feet. And TL.
And then 10 Feet LLC. That's my personal brand. And then you got I let him.
Wait, and then you got.
I got the simplest one. See, he said mine already.
Yeah, Gumbosa on everything.
My stuff is literally the same.
Gumbosa.
Yeah. You got Will Matter Beats on Twitter. Then you got Will_K.I.G on Instagram. Difficult as fuck. Might have to play that back a couple times.
He said what?
Will_K.I.G.
Keep it gangster.
Will kill.
No.
Will
Will_KIG.
Yeah.
K.I.G.
Keep it gangster.
Okay.
Keep it growing, brother.
There
Keep
you
it
go.
growing.
Keep
There
it
you
growing,
go.
brother.
Keep it growing. Keep it going.
There you go.
You got
It's
it.
whatever
The
You
D
got
is
it.
interchangeable. You know what I mean? But
Vivid Select also.
Vivid Select, you got Vivid Select.
Free Coast.
You got Free Coast Records with the Z. Ghetto, I know. I didn't make it. I'll let somebody else take control of that and look what they did to my goddamn album.
Look what they did.
Fucking shit up. This is why I can't delegate. Nah, just man. You can delegate some things, but
Yeah, certain things I gotta make. You got
no way I would have made that a Z. But it is what it is. Free Coast Records with a Z is also where you can find a host of things.
He's a label owner.
Dang, do you have any beats on you right now?
Yeah, I got some beats. I got
Play
some
a beat.
Play a beat.
Play a beat.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Play a beat.
You know they did Bomatic.
No.
Yeah, he produced. Okay, Will is a producer, a graphic artist, graphic design artist, a painter, a website designer, a label owner. Yeah, he did this shirt.
Dang.
He created this logo.
Dang, a jack of all trades.
And Bo, of
A
course,
well-rounded artist.
You know Bo and what he does.
Well-rounded artist.
Well-rounded. So
Instead, I'm gonna play something from Bomatic. That way we can do double promotion.
Hold on, play a beat, bro. I'm gonna spit something.
Oh, you wanna
off the top, and then look
Let's off the beat tape.
Yeah, I can do that.
off the top, and I'm gonna put the phones up. You know, this phone dead, the phone, boom, put them over there, freestyles, and this unplanned.
And he's not looking at it.
Nah. We can go with this one.
Unplanned.
This is actually from Bomatic. It's an instrumental.
Yeah. Flow. Check. Check. I put my heart and soul into all of my music. This is how I do it. Need to put a check on me like Nike. No, you cannot write me. My DM's closed, and I promised I would never fold. Know that I'm the shit. Somebody winning, forgot to flush the commode. It's getting old. All these rappers not spitting they soul. I'm feeling bold. Need to go and send a italicized flow. They saying that they with it, no, they ain't with it. I'm thanking God, cause I was facing sinners. Got my cases acquitted to God. Hey, I'm praying to you on my knees. I'm coming to you begging, please. I knowing that you're seeing me. I'm hoping that you're hearing me. I'm popping out the TV screen. What's that 3D? But I'm feeling like I'm in another universe. Metaphysical. Told her that I'm going dumb. She said that she wanna fuck me, finger fuck her till I come. This is the life that I live. Every day I do for me. And the way that I kill the game and made it another casualty. Playing on the game, Xbox got me feeling bored. Might just go and skate. Ooh wee, I got another board. Told her that I'm gravitating, pulling to what I would want. Niggas talking all this shit until we pull with marijuana. Yeah, for real, off the top of the head.
Freestyle wasn't coming back.
Freestyle.
I thought the freestyle was over with.
Freestyle.
SpaceInvaderFlo, man, for
Hey
real.
man, I ain't even gonna ask you what your top 5 is. You could. This is how we gonna end your episode.
T-Flo,
Atlanta Baby out now. The video is out now on Gumbosa's page, man. Me and Gumbosa took a lot of time to make this video. We put our all into it, man. We got more on the way. Make sure y'all go check that out. Atlanta Baby. Make sure you watch Till the Cup is Empty, episode 2, Cup 2. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all watch that and check us out on Free John's Network. SpaceInvaderFlo, man. I appreciate y'all having me.
Hey man, thank you, bro.
I appreciate you guys, man.
And this concludes another dope ass episode of Free Jams Network.
Drop that shit, boy!